Hello guys, this is HRA Gaming. Genshin Impact Official had revealed the characters' banners in its 3.5 special program stream, which is Daya, Cyno, Ayaka, and Shenhe. So, today I am going to talk about the gacha suggestion for beginner or Spiral Abyss player in patch 3.5. I will also try to demonstrate the character's performance in current version in the aspect of world exploration and Spiral Abyss. Okay, let's get started. The first character we are going to talk about is the General Mahamatra in Sumeru, Cyno. Cyno is the first DPS introduced in patch 3.1 whose damage is relied on the aggravate reaction. His damage source is highly relied on his elemental burst, and it requires him to be on field for at least 18 seconds to deal damage, while charging for the next burst. Therefore, he did not perform well in terms of world exploration, as travelers will often face the options on whether should I use Cyno's burst. This is an awkward situation, as facing some elite enemies such as Fatui mages and Ruins drakes, we definitely need his burst to defeat them. But at the same time, the energy particles generated are not enough to charge for Cyno's next burst, which cost 80 energy, so it will take some time for him to recharge his burst while in exploration. While in Spiral Abyss, the popular team comp for Cyno is Aggravate Team, Cyno, Fischl, Zhongli, and Nahida. This team is strong against normal bosses but weak against scattered enemy spawned in batches. This is mainly because Nahida Dendro application requires enemy to be tagged using her elemental skill on field. But when the enemy spawned in the middle of Cyno's burst, then he has to choose to give up his burst or aggravate reaction. He can also join Nahida Hyperbloom team, Cyno, Nahida, Xingqiu, and Kuki Shinobu, but Fischl and Alhaitham can do better in the team. Therefore, unless there is a Dendro character who can apply Dendro while off-field, like Dendro Traveler, but higher application rate, then Cyno is not worth for the gems. Next we will talk about Ayaka. Ayaka team is the strongest perma-freeze team for now, but the price for it is high, 4-5 stars characters. Although there are budget replacements for them, such as Mona can replace Kokomi, Rosaria can replace Shenhe, Sucrose can replace Kazuha, but the DPS will drop significantly. Unlike Cyno, Ayaka perma-freeze team is designed for scattered enemy. As long as the enemy is freezable, Ayaka is the best choice. Also, since she can deal cryo damage easily without using her elemental skill and burst, she is great in world exploration and domain battle. Debuffs such as slowing water and engulfing storm is no big deal for her. Not to mention her alternate sprint is a good way to travel on map or crossing waters. Whereas in Spiral Abyss, she wrecks too. Although the use rate of Ayaka in Spiral Abyss 12th floor is dropping, due to the emerge of normal bosses in it. But she still stands a place, since pairing her with Shenhe will reduce her weakness against normal bosses, which we will talk later. Hence, I will recommend beginners who did not have Ganyu or a cryo DPS to pull for her. Thirdly, we will discuss about Shenhe. Shenhe is the specialized support built for cryo team. Her skill can buff the cryo's damage dealer's damage. This does not limit to only cryo users. Also include anyone whose weapons is infused by cryo, meaning characters who are in Chongyun's elemental field. Thus, this means that Shenhe can make anyone wielding a sword, claymore, or polearm a cryo DPS, but just for amusing purpose. As we mentioned before, that pairing with Shenhe can ameliorate the weakness of Ayaka when facing unfreezable enemy. This is because Shenhe did not buff with the precondition that the enemy must be frozen. She is more like Yunjing, that she increased the multiplier of the cryo DPS. But in terms of gacha suggestion, I don't think Shenhe is worth pulling for beginners. Let's discuss this on the view of Ayaka team comp. If there is a cryo abyss mage in 12th floor, and we need a pyro user to break the shield, who would we abandon among 4 of them? Kokomi is the only hydro user, which is significant in healing and freezing enemy, irreplaceable. Kazuha provides crowd control for scattered enemies. without him pulling enemies towards Kokomi's jellyfish. Enemies can't be frozen, also not replaceable. Hence, the only option is to replace Shenhe, and this is why I would not recommend pulling for her. And lastly, Dea. Although we haven't met Dea yet, and there is no complete guide on the net, but I wouldn't suggest pulling her, as she will be in standard banner after 3.6 updates. This means that in future we may lose our 50-50 on her. Also, she is a character who lives in the version 4.0. For now, she has no team that is designed for her. The only potential team is Melt Ganyu team, as she provide pyro application and able to absorb damage from on-field character, like a Zhongli Shangling 2-in-1. The suggest team comp will be Nahida, Bennett, Ganyu and Dea. But is it a great team? I doubt that. Just wait for her official release tomorrow. So, to conclude the above, for beginners, I would recommend pulling for Ayaka if you did not own Ganyu. The other's mechanism is not completed for now. Shenhe is not a must in Ayaka team, but she can only serve Ayaka team. Sino is still looking for his perfect Dendro teammate who can apply AoE Dendro while off-field for more than 15 seconds. And Dea is waiting for her signature artifact and teammates. And yeah, this marks the end of this video. This is HRA Gaming. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helps. See you next time.